Hello and welcome to UIM Loki progress video number 2. In this video, you will see adventurous progression in a day in the life of a UIM account. Before the video starts, I just want to give you guys a little rundown of what I've been thinking about this series lately. The first video I released didn't really have many edits and was sort of rushed because I was too excited to get it out. I think a higher production value is something that appeals to me. Some of the feedback that I've gotten is that these videos are too long, and unfortunately that's the type of content that I prefer to make. So I think I'm going to be keeping the videos at the current length, which is around an hour per video. And unfortunately, if that's not your style, then that's fine. You know, I make these videos for myself as much as you guys, so I enjoy making them and I hope you enjoy watching them, and if you don't, that's fine too. It's sort of weird, but I find myself enjoying playing the game way more than when I wasn't recording. I don't really know what it is. I just know that the achievements feel more satisfying and the grinds are more interesting. So I think I'm going to keep this series going as long as that feeling continues. So I'm not sure how many of you watched the first video, but at the beginning, one of the things I say is that I pretty much don't really have any idea what I'm doing, and that remains true, as I'm not really sure how I want to go about this whole process. All I know is that I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and I think I'm going to keep doing it. So if it seems like there's some rough edits, or some lulls in the content, you guys should just know that I'm working on it and I'm trying to get better at it. And if you guys want to leave feedback, that's greatly appreciated because that helps me understand what the content's missing. So with all the serious stuff out of the way, I just want to say I'm really excited to continue doing this. I've had a lot of fun making this episode and the last episode. The account is still in its early stages, so I think there's going to be a lot of content ahead of us. Most notably in the near term to mid-term, we're talking about Dragon Slayer 2 and completing Song of the Elves. Once we do that and we unlock the T construction method and we get around 83 construction to unlock a lot of the costume room unlocks, then I'm not really sure what we're going to do from there, but it's going to be interesting. Playing a UIM is just so fascinating. You have to plan out everything ahead. It takes a lot of strategizing, which is something I'm really interested in. I like to play chess, and I'm sort of just a gamer at heart. Like, one of the other strategy games I played when I was a child was Age of Mythology, which is like Age of Empires, but with a bit of a mythological twist. That's actually where I got the account name, UIM Loki. One of the gods you can choose in Age of Mythology is Loki, and he had units called Hersers that allowed you to summon mythological units in combat, and I just thought that was super cool. So for any of you Age of Mythology friends out there, this account is a homage to that game and how great it was. And so, without further ado, I now introduce to you UIM Loki, progress video number 2. Alright guys, good morning. It's the first clip of the day. We need 2,000 enchantment points for the Bones of Peaches spell. We ended up getting it. I guess I bought way too many cosmics, but we're just going to use up these cosmics because we're mostly just here for the XP. Ooh, bonus. There we go. You might be wondering why I'm not doing the Dragon Stones. That's because I am doing the Dragon Stones. I'm just not only exclusively doing the Dragon Stones because like I mentioned, I'm just here for the XP. So 50 times 2,000 cosmics is 100k XP. That's like, I mean, in terms of getting level 75, that's like probably good as a level or two. But yeah, so we're gonna keep using these until we finish them all up. And then also the reason I'm not using this, the level 6, level 5 enchantment, I'm using level 4 is because like it would have cost to use 2,000 cosmics times 15 of either water or earth runes. That's like if they're 5 GP each, that'd be 150k worth of water runes or earth runes, and I was just like, no thanks. Maybe I should have done it, because I mean they do give like
20% bonus XP, and more points. But, you know, I don't know. I'm okay with this for now. So I'll let you guys know when there's another update coming through. The first level of the day, boys. 69 magic. It's also a lot of points. But yeah. Karen Castle, cool. That's a good one. So we just hit 8,000 points, as you can see. And we can actually afford every single thing that we want from the shop. So take a look. Bones to Peaches is 2,000. Master Wand is 2,400. These three together are 2,400, so that's 6,800. And Infinity Boots are another 1,200. So 8,000 cosmics, or sorry, 8,000 points from the enchantment room. I mean, I guess the enchantment room is like the easiest of all the rooms, but yeah, we're done. So I guess it's been an oversight to buy so many cosmics. I guess we'll just sell these back to Allie Morrison, and then we'll continue on to I guess maybe the graveyard room. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped for this grind. So we decided to do telekinetic room instead of graveyard. This graveyard requires a lot of inventory space, so we're gonna clear it up a little bit before we start that. But so we just hit the halfway mark. It only took us like an hour to get all the enchantment points, and we took another hour to get half the telekinetic points, which kind of sucks. But I don't know this room, and we haven't really even gained a level. Still 17k for a level, but most of the XP comes from the alchemist room, as I stated. But also, look at all these dragon bones. Currently going for 99 Slayer, pretty close, I guess, and also 99 Prayer. But yeah, I'm talking some French in the CC I found, practicing my pratiquer mon français, as they would say. But so I'll let you guys know when we hit 200 points. You know, we might even like go for the like because we don't. The only items we need are in, the Infinity Boots, Master Wand, and Bones to Peaches. We don't want the Mage's Book or the Infinity Set, but we might end up just like going for the Master Wand if we don't get enough. If we don't hit level 75 from just getting the Bones to Peaches, I don't know if we will, but I guess I'm pretty down for that. I won't actually buy it. I'll just store the points for it because that'll be like storing the Master Wand in a storage unit in the currency of points. So seems like good little workaround. So this will be the telekinetic room completed, boys. We did it. We went even a little bit over 200 points, which is what we need. That's because you get like an 8-point bonus or whatever every 5 puzzles solved. So rather than stopping at exactly 200 with like 2 puzzles solved on a streak, I decided to just complete it. And this guy will teleport you back here, which is why I talked to him. And yeah, so we're halfway done. This is kind of flying by. I guess we do graveyard now. Actually, I feel like it might be better to do the alchemist room because if we yeah, that's probably the best idea. So we're gonna go ahead and teleport to Nightmare Zone, pick up some root or fire staff, come back and do that. Because if we did the graveyard room, we kind of need inventory space for that. So um, also you can't take money in here, so this is convenient because we're gonna hit the coffer on the way. But yeah, halfway done. Gonna get Bones to Peaches, and I think the only other requirement that we need for the Lumbridge Hard Diary is gonna be um, there's like a 59 rune crafting requirement, which is like I could do everything else. 70 crafting. By the way, yeah, I decided Dragon Slayer 2 requires 62 crafting, so I'm gonna go ahead and get 77 magic. That way I can use Super Glass Make and get um, just some efficient crafting experience because I don't really feel like doing it inefficiently. So we're gonna keep. I don't know what we're gonna do exactly yet, but I guess we'll figure it out when the time comes. So this is where all the big levels are gonna start rolling in. because this gives a lot of XP. So let's see. I guess this was slightly premature, but this Runelight plugin is pretty useful. Let's see. Nope. These guys also know where to go. If you just follow the guys will show you guys. This should be it. This should be it. There it is. 70 magic. Boom. Earthwave. Dragon High Robes. Ancient Weapon Shield. Sick. Nice base 70. Love to see it. So it wants you to deposit every 12k, but we like to deposit every 10k. But I just wanted to show you guys, we started actually with 589 because we needed 66 magic in order to get into the magic guild to unlock the rune shop there, which is pretty nice. But yeah, this is pretty good. Actually, I took some notes about what we started with. We started with 1808 nats, so we used about 300. And so I'm just keeping track of this, but every time you deposit, let's see, yeah, so 1 coin deposited is equal to 2 magic XP. So at 10,000 would be 20,000. 100 coins is 1 point. So 1 point is 200 magic XP, right? I don't know if that's right, but I'm loving this. This is like some great GP per XP. And I'm also, like I mentioned before, I'm only doing the free cost alking. I don't know if that's the best thing to do because it's not as good GP per hour, or sorry, XP per hour. If you only do like the 30 one, since we established that 1 coin is 2 points, that means that 30 coins would be 60 points. And high alk gives 65 XP per cast. So we're actually getting, if we were to do only the best ones, we'd be getting 125 XP per cast, right? And since I think alking is a 5-tick animation, right? And since 1 tick is 0.6 seconds, then that means we can alk what, like 1,200 times per hour. So we can alk 1,200 times per hour at 125 because 60 plus 65. So that'd be 12 times 12 plus 5 times 12, or 5 times 125, right? So 12 times 12 is 144. It's kind of hard to do this math while doing this, but that would be 144. I just alked the wrong thing. 144k plus the 12 times 5, or the 12 times 50, I guess it would be. So that'd be, well, 12 times 500 actually. So it'd be 6k. So 144k plus 6k would be 150k if we were to do tick perfect here, which you can actually do. Like if you notice, I have like 5 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these. You can actually store enough to because it changes every 40 seconds or so. And so like it just changed right there. What is it? Adamant Helm. So I have 2 Adamant Helms. So if I can find the Adamant Helms within, see, it's, well, I missed it there, but you can do it tick perfect if you're good enough. But since we're alking the free cost ones and not the maximum coins ones, then we're not going to be getting the rates that we specified anyway. And I got some dragon knives from Worms, so mega rip. That'd be pretty cool to get that harpoon. But that was a lot of math, guys. I'm sorry if you don't like math, and I bet like half of you just like clicked off the video when I started doing that. So I'm sorry, but I like math. Math is pretty cool. It's like the basic fundamental language of the universe, and like if you can understand math, then you can understand like physics and chemistry and even like astrophysics and all kinds of fundamental sciences. Quantum mechanics. Did you know that computers are made up of transistors, right? And the transistors have been getting smaller and smaller as as Moore's law tells us that the computing power is expected to double every 18 months or whatever as the chips get smaller and smaller. Well, the current computer chips have transistors that are like the size of atoms. There's like billions and billions of transistors in a computer chip. And we're having problems with quantum mechanics now because when you get to like the atomic scale, that we're having. I mean, basically, briefly, the way that a transistor works is that I don't actually know for certain or like a very deep understanding of it, but the transistor is a logic gate that allows you to input information and output a result. So like if it's like computer programming, like if, then, and, or, not, all that stuff. So it's binary code, right? But anyway, so the transistors use electrons to as the basis for their logic gates, and so your computer is just a bunch of ones and zeros, just saying the transistor is saying either yes or no, one or zero. But those logic gates have like physical capabilities. They have rather physical limitations. So when the size of your transistor is the size of an atom, what happens is that the I'm like really failing this alchemist room is what's happening is quantum teleportation. It's actually affecting the way that the progression of like computing power is expected to move. Ooh, we got a free 30 rune sword. That's the best possible. These alks cost 0 and they give 125 XP. So I'm pretty down for that. Anyway, so we're having the problem with the transistors is that the transistors, the electrons are teleporting across the logic gate and they're not triggering a logic question. And so Moore's law is coming to an end as we know it. Current computer chips are what, like 13 nanometers per transistor or whatever. And once we get, I think there's even like 7 nanometer transistors, but we can't get much lower than that. Quantum computing is going to be the only progression we have in terms of overall computing, which is super interesting. And I totally forget why that was. Oh yeah, because math's cool. Yeah. Who doesn't like math? If you don't like math, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry about all this, and you're not even listening to this because wow, that was a pretty long thing. So I'm gonna get back to some RuneScape because that's what you guys are here for. So we got 23k for a level. Should be coming up soon. 71 magic. I feel like I should probably mention that the amount of pizzazz points that we need for unlocking infinity boots, bone speeches, and master wand is only 710. So we already have that, but since this is such good GP per XP, I don't know. I feel like I'm just gonna use it the rest of these nature runes, and then maybe even buy some more and come back here because I don't know what else to do for magic XP. This is just so good. Yeah, and also I was saying that like I'm only using the free ones. Obviously, that's not true. What I meant was that I'm prioritizing the free cost casts over the maximum point casts, which is obviously a debatable strategy. I'm just trying to maximize the XP per nature rune as to maximize the GP per XP. And if we take a look at the current, so we've gained 94. Ignore the XP per hour because I'm currently listening to some intense philosophical debate from this guy Christopher Hitchens and this rabbi. I just discovered Christopher Hitchens recently. I guess he died a couple years ago, which is sad, but he's like he's a pretty good debater. Also, I'm playing on my main as always, so just got another worm task. Gonna go do that. But yeah, I'm curious to see what the GP per XP will be at the end of this whole thing, where the prioritization was I said that weird, is to maximize GP per XP on the Druid from the free cost cast. $72 magic. $73 magic. So we used up all of our nature runes finally. We ended up getting 290.2k magic XP from those 1808 nature. I can't talk nature runes, which means that we got 160.5 XP per nature rune, which is a bit better than 65, which is what you usually get. I think I'm gonna go do graveyard now, and then we can actually unlock. We've done this one, this one, this one. So that's the last one, and then there's no more ones left. So we'll see you in a little bit. Whoa, I guess they reworked this shop, but oh yeah, did I get it? Nice. Plus we have all the enchantment and alchemist points we'll ever need, so that'll make getting the Master Wand and Infinity Boots significantly quicker. All we need is telekinetic and graveyard points. Well, for better or for worse, we've decided that in order to get 77 magic, we're going to go ahead and do the Alchemist room using all of these data runes. And if this calculation is correct, we bought the exact right amount of nature runes. So we just burned through our cast stack, have about 400k left, but I really can't think of a better way to train magic up. I mean, you could like do Burst Slayer or just alcohol doing Slayer. I don't know. I mean, you're getting double the XP per nature rune from doing it in the Alchemist room. So I feel like even though I'm not gonna be able to spend the points on anything, it's still like the best course of action. Plus, I don't know, I kind of like it in there. It's pretty chill. Getting those 20 XP drops is pretty nice every time you deposit the coins. But also the downside of that is that if you DC, you lose all your coins because it kicks you out. Ooh, look at that! Look at that! Can we get it? I don't think we're gonna be able to get much of it. I mean, it's right there. Remember, we're going to prioritize the free cost cast. It's kind of fun to say, free cost cast. But anyway, so it's probably going to take like, I don't know, like 5 hours or something. Hopefully not that long. But I've been fasting for about 27 hours, so my mind is getting a little foggy, I suppose. But that's just part of the keto life. I've been playing around with trendy diets and ketos currently. Well, I did keto for about 2 years, so it was a bit more than a trend, but I like it. It's interesting. There's a lot of health benefits. I'm not really gonna get into that right now because it doesn't really seem appropriate. But gonna alch these leather boots for a bit. How about that? Well, guys, I've decided. I mean, I knew that alchemist room idea was not the best, but it seems like the least shitty answer. So I decided to go with it. But then it occurred to me, we're gonna be getting 73 smithing, right? Well, for those of you who aren't experienced UIMs, you won't know about the most like efficient smithing training method, which is steel plate bodies, and then myth plate bodies when you unlock those, which actually get you a decent amount of mage experience because you're alching the plate bodies after you make them. And so by getting 73 smithing, I haven't done any calculations, but I do know that I'm going to be getting a lot of passive mage XP. And if I can happen to use up all these nature runes that way, that would be two birds with one stone. So it seems readily apparent that that's the more efficient way to do it. It's just that I'm gonna have to thieve a bunch of Arty Knights, which is gonna take a long time, which is fine. I mean, like that's what you do on a UIM is you thieve Arty Knights, 93 thieving. So at 95 you stop failing with the Arty Medium Diary. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I mean, this is what I was doing before lunar diplomacy anyway. So um, this is where we're gonna be hanging out for. We need about like 1.5 mil to get to 60 smithing, which is when we can actually use the anvil at blast furnace. Because before that, you can't even use it. And so, in order to get to 60, we're gonna do gold ore, which is expensive but fast. So if these tick perfect, these are 300k GP per hour. So we'll see. I mean, that's definitely going to happen. Plus, I get to show you guys my untrimmed cape, which is pretty neat, and I haven't got to show it to you guys yet. But there it is. It's one of my greatest achievements on this UIM. So I'll see you guys. What is that? Musketeer tabard? Alright. Not gonna lie, I'm not super thrilled. So I was just gonna give you guys a little update before I went to bed. We got 327k so far. Wait, but if you remember that first video, I said I like to be like 90% efficient as my lower threshold for efficiency. These at tick perfect are 250k XP per hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and redact that 90% efficiency. I hope you don't have any qualms with that, but it's gonna happen. Just woke up. First clip of the day. Also, I'm coming off of a 44-hour fast, so I just ate this magnificent egg salad sandwich. It's wonderful. Just giving you guys a little update. 478k so far. 131k for the level. Getting those gains, son. That's right. 94 thieving. That's what I'm talking about. 94 thieving is the level that you no longer fail master farmers with the Ardoin hard diary. 633k to our name. That's not too bad. Remember, we need like 1.5 mil or whatever for 60 smithing, I guess. But I've been imagine like doing a 40-hour fast or whatever, coming back and eating a bunch of food, and you feel great, feel invigorated. My mind's clear. It's you guys ever heard of Jonathan Haidt? He's like a professor of psychology, and he's an author. He's pretty cool dude. You should look him up if you're into psychology and that kind of stuff. But he has a book called the uh, the happiness hypothesis. I think it was like a New York Times bestseller. But in that book, he hypothesizes that there's like a bunch of different ways, methodologies for happiness, and one of them is the adversity hypothesis, which states that by submitting yourself to adversity, you become inoculated to future frustrations and stressors. So by fasting myself, I'm sort of like, if I ever enter, like, imagine I'm going camping with my girlfriend in a couple weeks, and somehow we manage to like forget the food, and we're like out in the wilderness, we don't have access to a store, but uh, so we're not going to be eating that night, and like imagine that was you'd be like, what the hell, man? Why'd you forget the food? And you'd get all angry, or like, I mean, as an average person would. I mean, humans like to eat, but if you've had this experience of fasting for 2 days, and then suddenly you're encountering this experience, you're like, I've done this before. It wasn't that bad. Maybe we should look at the bright side of this. That's the theory anyway. That's the idea. I'm not saying it's true or that you should you know purposefully abandon your significant other and not bring food when they're expecting it, because that's a bit morally unjust. But so I've been doing a little bit of thinking in terms of more RuneScape related talking. We're going to need to get that 70 herb lore, and in order to, one really good way to do that is to just thieve master farmers for about like 10 hours. That should give us enough seeds for that. Maybe more, maybe less. 10 hours sounds about right. But since I don't have the requirements for the Ardoin hard diaries. Those are pretty hefty requirements. I'm gonna have to get 99 thieving in order to thieve the master farmer without being like 100% success rate, you know. So I think I'm just gonna do that. That'll give us like, I don't know, like 8 mil at these arty nights. So I guess that's currently the plan for now. So we're just gonna be doing a lot of this, getting a lot of money, cash money, baby. So yeah, and if anything changes, I'll let you guys know. Just passed a mil GP. That's right, baby. Just real quick, I'm just Steven. I notified the kind thief Savardoin that I'm gonna go for a bike ride. This guy says no one asked, and I said no one asked for you to say no one asked. Is that like a did I beat him? I don't know. He said okay, so it seems like he's accepting defeat, but maybe that's just my own projection. What do you guys think? So this is gonna be a little bit different, but I just I mean I've been doing this money making method for about a couple weeks. It eventually got too much to handle, um, but it's like 700K per day for about, I don't know, 30 minutes of work. Most of the work is just due to the GE limits, but as you can see here, we have the prices of silver ore, mithril ore, and chaos runes. Which, if you're an astute runescaper, you'll know that these are all things that are used to achieve an onyx amulet from the Tazar war shop. Basically, the way that this thing works is, well, due to the Zolcano rebalancing, there was like a lot of chaos runes dropped and a lot of silver ore and gold ore and myth ore dropped, that it crashed the price of silver ore, myth ore, and chaos runes. And when that happens, um, what you're able to do is you're able to sell all these items to the Tazar shop for Tokal, and you can buy an onyx. So when the price of silver ore is 62, you can sell that for 7 Tokal each, and then when you get enough for an onyx, which is 260,000 Tokal with the Karumja gloves, you can buy the onyx, which currently is valued at 2.558 thousand, which 2.58 mil. And if you were to do that, you would profit about 300K per onyx purchased. But since there's a GE limit on silver ore, you can only buy 13,000 per 4 hours, which means you can buy 78,000 per day, which means you could buy like 1 onyx per day just with silver ore. But you can use all 3 of these items. I even made like a little spreadsheet to help explain this a little better. So the current Fury cost is 2,558,000. The current silver ore cost, in terms of the Tokal price, because it takes 37,142 silver ore to buy 1 onyx, because you sell it for 7 Tokal each, and 7 times. I'll just show you here. 7 times, what was it? 37,142. So 7 times. Oops, 37. Sorry, I'm doing some volcanic mine as I do this, so as always. But there's 37 times 142 is 260,000. So that's how much Tokal you will need to buy the onyx. So the current silver ore price in terms of Tokal is 68, which means when you sell silver ore to the Tazar shop, you net 68 Tokal per. The Tokal you get equals 68 GP per silver. And as you can see over here, the silver ore price is only 62. So you're netting 6 GP per Tokal, right? That's kind of a lot. 60, and you're selling you can sell 50 silver ore at a time. If you sell 50 silver ore and you're getting 6 GP worth per silver, that's 300 GP for 1 click. And you can do it, I think you can do like 4 of those per second per tick. So that's like 1.2K per click. If you do that for like an entire hour, this method ends up being like 10 mil an hour. It's like the most underlooked, I guess, because it's so complicated. I mean, it's not that complicated if you understand like economics and stuff, but Anyways, there's two other ones that I've found. So there's mithril ore, which is currently 157. It's 157, but you can buy it for 144. So you're profiting 13 GP per tokel. Like, that's insane. If you look at the that was way too big of a calculator. 13 times 50, you're 650 GP per 50 sold to the store. And if you're on mobile, you could do it in one click. That's 2.6K per tick, guys. There are 6,000 ticks in an hour. That's 15 mil an hour, guys. You could make that. The only thing is that you can only buy 78,000 of these each per hour, per 4 hours, or sorry, per 24 hours, because you can buy 13,000 per hour. Anyway, I just thought I wanted to share that with you guys in case you were interested, and those of you who managed to watch this hour-long, long-form content will be rewarded with these nice methods of training. I mean, we didn't even look at the Chaos Rune. Right now, the Chaos Rune is 88 versus 79 on the GE, so you're profiting 9 GP. So currently, the best one is the Mithril Ore, but you know, like what they say, practice what you preach, right? Well, actually, let me just type in my pin off camera so that way you guys. This is just my alt, my Rune Dragon alt. As you can see, I'm practicing what I preach. I've been buying Chaos and Gold for a while, and I've been slowly selling them off because they haven't been really going up that much. But you know, I'm getting more and more in each one. I'm not even going to do the method I was talking about where you sell it to the store. I just know that these are going to go up in price because they're currently the Fury is worth 2.5 mil, and so that's like in economics you would call that like a predictor of future price because currently the price is being devalued by people doing this method because every time they do this they inflate, they buy onyxes, you know, they buy the ore, they sell the ore to the shop, they get the tokel, they use the tokel to buy the onyx, and they put the onyx back on the market, so they're inflating the market with onyxes, which creates a higher supply, which creates a lower demand, which brings the price down, right? That's how basic economics works. If you understand economics, you would agree. But even with that, even with the pressure of that, the price of the Fury is still like going up exponentially. Like, I don't really understand why that's happening. I have the price chart here. It's here we go. It was like loading for a bit. I guess you can't see the whole thing. So this is like the monthly chart. This is when I was buying back here. I was buying and selling, buying the onyxes, making them into Furies and selling them back at like 2.3 mils where I was doing most of it. Had I held those Furies to now, I would have made 200K, 250K per Fury. So I was doing like 50 Furies at a time because I'd wait a couple days. But yeah, I mean the price has been going up. Well, if we go to the longer term, it'll take a drastic dip because it was up at 2.8, but then when they released Volcano, they just inflated the market with ores, which people used to buy Furies because they didn't want to lose money on their ores. So anyway, that was a really long. I mean, that could have been a video in and of itself, and it's just a little part of this video instead. So hope you guys liked that. You know, we're just continuing this thieving grind. 281K for a level. 1280K. That's not too bad, but yeah. So I hope that money making method will still be worthwhile the next time that you guys try and use it. So just to let you guys know, I did decide to include that last clip as its own video. It just seemed like it was so far outside of the scope of this series that it would qualify for its own. But I mean, I feel like it's also worth it to keep it in here because it is conducive towards showing you the whole experience here on the UIM Loki account. But hey, you know what? That's 95 thieving. That's the level that we stop failing Artie Knights with the Ardoin medium diary, which we have. So we're just gonna like, I guess we'll eat one of these for some reason. You know what? We just like cleared up like half of the items to our name. That feels pretty good, man. I'm not gonna lie. Just got all those potatoes. Look at those sitting on the ground. That's 6.2k for anyone who's gonna loot that. I don't think anyone is. These guys. This guy looks like he's also an ultimate and disturbed. He's probably too disturbed. Burner 415. He probably lives in the 415 area code, which is just like a bunch of alternative health hippies in California who have very little to contribute to society. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, guys. Also, I was recording my XP gained. It was at like 1.5 million XP, but my RuneLite client randomly crashed, and so now I'm back to the base. So, but we got 1.6 mil, so we're getting there, guys. We're getting up there. That's like 4.3 ish k mil until 99. So I mean, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So our boy Bulky Pecker, who's been our thievy friendo, is about to get his 99 thieving. Let's see it, man. Let's see it, Bulky Pecker. I didn't see it. Hey! He got it, though. I'm sure he got it. Congrats, bro. Huge achievement. That's awesome. That's going to be us soon, guys. Can't wait.
So we just decided to do a little bit of macro efficiency, completing the Tears of Gothics quest. I'm a little bit nervous about this rune crafting grind that's going to be coming, because at our current level we're expected to get around 12k per hour at the 12k XP per hour at the library, which is not a lot. And so we completed this quest because I'm pretty sure this will give us like, I don't know, like 8k XP in rune crafting once a week, so that's like almost an hour's worth of rune crafting once a week. We do eventually want to get to the Zaya so we can do blood rune crafting. That's going to take forever, and so this is just a little bit, just a little bit of help along the way. So 130, 133, I think we probably could have done a little bit better, but that's pretty good considering we were only at 200 quest points. I don't know. Let's see the XP drop here. Yeah, 8k. So we got 2 rune crafting levels. I mean, that's I'm pretty stoked about that. That basically increases our rune crafting per hour by like, what would that be? By 5%. So at the Zaya rune crafting, at the library rune crafting. So, and we also got this hard task in the Lumbridge area. So I'm gonna go back to thieving. Also been doing a little bit of Master Farmer, just testing out to see what it's like at 95 thieving. My voice is pretty quiet because it's pretty late. I'm gonna go to bed soon. Oh, god damn it. Well, that was 96 thieving, guys. I don't really think that unlocks anything, but we will never know because we skipped it. 1 million XP to the next level. That was quite the grind. We're at 2.663 mil, so that's kind of a lot. We definitely have enough for 60 smithing. I kind of want to go do that. So our XP per hour, get out of here, our XP gain today was around 620k, which is about, 2 hours, 15 minutes worth of efficient thieving. We spent most of the day hanging out with our lady friend. But yeah, guys, I don't know. I do want to go do that smithing. Because at the same time, we're going to be, you see, I don't want to get, I have like a really bad, in terms of like post 99 XP, I really don't like doing that. It just feels so wrong. So if I were to get 99 thieving in order to get the thieving cape, in order to have 100% success rate on Master Farmers, that would just like bother me. So I'm thinking about how much herbal or XP I'm going to be able to bank off of pre 99 thieving Master Farmer, because I already did a little bit. I don't know, these, as you can see, there's some herbs in my inventory. One Harlander seed is worth like 60 XP per Harlander, like 7 Harlander per seed. So that's 420 smoke Newbie for per seed. We can get like 20 of those per hour. It's like 8k herbal XP per hour just from those. I don't know. We only need 737k herbal XP for 70 herbal. So I don't know. The thing is if we fill up our inventory with seeds, we won't be able to do the smithing grind because we only have 8 spaces open here. Except we have these 2 seeds. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. But that's it for tonight. I'm gonna go to bed. All right, so we did decide to go ahead and start this smithing grind. Okay, so because we're not level 60 smithing, we have to pay the foreman every single time we hop worlds, which is kind of a major inconvenience. But it shouldn't be for that many worlds because, excuse me, the XP per hour you get here is just kind of insane. It's like 300k an hour. And we need level 60, so that's going to be coming up pretty quick. These levels are going to be flying in. And then once we get that, we're going to start the steel plate bodies, which is why we have the nature runes in the inventory. So we got the first level coming in here. We're going to put on those goldsmith gauntlets. 52 smithing. Just in case any of you are wondering how the UIM gold or smithing works at Blast Furnace, I'm just going to give you one quick little run here. So we're going to hop worlds. Also, this will be the pre-60 smithing guide, I guess. We're going to talk to him. Yep, he's got gold ore. We like that. We're going to come over here, pay the foreman 2.5k. Alright, so we're set up to use this world for 10 minutes, but we're only going to be here for like 2 minutes, so it's fine. We're going to put the gold ore on there, put on the goldsmith gauntlets. There's the smithing XP drop. Going to come over here, buy another gold ore inventory. We do 2 inventories per world. You could do more, but this is a bit cheaper. We're going to put on the ice gloves. We're going to withdraw these, and then there's another inventory waiting to be smithed, and so you're going to want to be wearing the goldsmith gauntlets for that. But if you click continue and then put them on, it won't work. You have to do it, and it'll automatically exit the interface and put the gloves on in the same tick, which is what you need. So then we're just going to put these back on, and then we're going to drop both of these inventories. The method really depends on how fast you can click drop. So you got other inventory. So I guess we could, since we're paying 2.5k per hop, we may since he got another inventory of restock, we may as well just go ahead and use this 2 more inventories. And that's pretty much how the method works. I missed it, but 53 smithing! So 1k XP for 54 smithing. Hey, 54 smithing. 55. 56. Feels like we're living in heaven because our smithing level's 57. It's also a prime number. I feel pretty great because we got a level 58. We're going to go straight to level 60, mate. Also, we got level 97 agility on the main, boys. This time is blowing by like a wind chime. My little level of mine is 59. Now we're level 60, things about to get swifty. Let me show you how to make steel plates real quickly. First, you open up the shop, you're gonna buy the ores and place them on the spot. Now, instead of shift, click, drop, stop. Gonna take them to the top. Now this is where it's gonna get just a little weird. You're gonna take your steel bars and you're gonna stand right here. You're gonna click the anvil hard as an incel and gonna get ready to cast your spell. 5 times is all you'll need. And that's it, folks. Now just repeat. Think of this whack beat, get out of the back seat. You'll be headed a track team if you just relax. Please, you can watch this video as much as you want, but just remember, please subscribe. Wait, what? Well, there's level 60, boys. It's been a long journey. Not really. It's only been like 30 minutes. Now we move on to steel plate bodies. So there's 61 smithing. Misreal chainmail, wow. Anyway, so I just calculated that if we're going to get 73 smithing here, that this profits about 1.24 XP per GP per XP rather. And if we get to 73, we're going to be profiting about 1.1 mil doing this, which is kind of crazy. I didn't really think that they'd be that profitable. Plus we're getting roughly 80k smithing XP per hour and 20k mage XP per hour. So yeah, I'm digging this method. 62. So another thing, guys, as you can see here, we're only going to have to get 100k off of 77 magic for Super Glass Make because Dragon Slayer 2 gives us 4 lamps for 25k XP each, and we're going to be using those on magic because magic's the only skill that costs money to train out of all of those, aside from range, but ranged is just a free 99 if you're leveling your account efficiently. 63 smithing! We're getting there, guys. I'm really digging this because we're getting magic XP and we're getting smithing XP, and we need 73 smithing and 77 magic. Those are the only things we need, and we're getting both at the same time, so it's working out real nice, and I'm really kind of enjoying this, profiting 1 mil on the whole experience. $74 magic. What do we get? What do we get? Teleweather Lumbridge. You guys remember back in the day when everyone would stand at Lumbridge, and then there'd be like one guy there who was like level 80 magic, and then everyone would be like, telling me, and he'd tell everyone around, and he'd just like, oh man, those were the good old days. What? RuneScape's not like that anymore. I miss the old RuneScape. Well, I missed it, but there's 65 smithing coming in here. Hey, there's 66 smithing. Gonna try an inventory of these mithril plate legs and see what the GP per XP is like. Nah, yeah, lost about 2k. Gonna do myth plate bodies instead when I unlock them at 68. Well guys, that's gonna be it for this video. We got a lot of magic levels, a lot of smithing levels. We're on our way to those Dragon Slayer 2 requirements. And the next video we'll definitely be doing Dragon Slayer 2. It's gonna be super exciting. Getting Dragon Slayer 2 done on a UIM with like 1500 total. That's going to be a pretty insane achievement, and I'm going to be really excited to do it. I had so much fun making this video. I enjoyed the entire process. Every single level was just like, it felt like I was a kid again. You know, in the midst of all this corona stuff, it's, the outlook of the world looks a little grim, but currently where I am in my little bubble creating these YouTube videos and playing my favorite game of all time, RuneScape, you know, it's just a little bit easier. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. Just one more thing I'd like to say real quickly. It's gonna be kind of shameless. I'm gonna ask for you guys to subscribe just because the account is, the YouTube channel is so new that, you know, like if I were to get, say, 100 subscribers, that would be like insane for me. Like, whereas if, you know, someone with 5,000 subscribers would get 5,100 subscribers, the additional 100 subscribers would be the same, but the difference would be negligible almost for the guy with 5,000. Whereas for me, that would really help get my content out there, which is something that I'm interested in. But you know, if you didn't enjoy it, please don't subscribe. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and subscribe. And with that, I don't really think there's anything else to say. So, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.